on the internet, Archbishop Gaswin, who was the former secretary to Pope Benedict XVI, who had issues with Pope Francis. They got fired, and there was some time off. But I thought his insights about the new pope, because it is an interesting pope.
Absolutely, share it.
He's speaking in Italian, but this is a translation. He said, when I saw him come out, talking about Pope Leo, coming out on the St. Peter's Basilica, I told myself optically that this pope arouses hope, hope, hope. Such were the words of the cardinal. He said that because he said he was dressed in traditional vestments. He said, I just was like, I think this man is going to be doing great things for the church. And, Jesse, I don't want to put words in the Holy Father's mouth, but I would hope in this coming year that he will take things like some of the past cardinals, like Cardinal Sarah, and put him back into a big position at the Vatican. Cardinal Burke, utilize these men who were serving the church in very straightforward ways and without any ambiguity, and take people like Bishop Joseph Strickland and give him a diocese like Los Angeles. Start making personnel decisions based on who's going to do the outline of helping people meet Jesus Christ. And I kind of think all those prelates I just mentioned, Jesse, do just what the Pope is asking us all to do. That's my take.
Terry, something else. You're going to have the Catholic left. They're also going to be, putting out what I would call misinformation. You already have on LifeSite News, it says Jesuit James Martin says Pope Leo XIV is committed to making the church more inclusive. So he's dog whistling. He's basically telling the Catholic left, hey, this guy's going to be, pro-LGBTQ, pro-Pride flag, pro-Pride month. He's trying to already use his influence on social media to show the Holy See, well, this is what people want here in America, Holy Father. No, that's not what we want. The Pope knows exactly what we want. He's not dumb. He's an American. He knows American politics. Yeah. And I'm sure, Terry, that this Pope knows all about Father James Martin,
of course,
and all his conniving, nefarious, deceptive actions. He's not fooling him at all.
And Jesse, I think Cardinal Zen, who's been trying to get a meeting with Pope Francis for years, I would love to see the 93-year-old Cardinal Zen get a private meeting with the Holy Father and get his advice about the China deal and rescind that deal as soon as possible when he finds out what really took place. I'm hoping those are the kinds of things that the church needs to get centered back on Jesus Christ. That's my take.
Yeah, Terry, and one of the things that I see where the hand of God is on this papacy is that, okay, we have an American Pope for the first time in 250 years of American history. There's an American Pope. Now we have arguably the greatest American president right now.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a vice president, Terry, that's a real Catholic, not a fake Catholic.
That's true.
Okay, he's a real Catholic. And then we're going to have this week, when the Senate confirms him, we're going to have probably one of the greatest Vatican ambassadors from the U.S. or the Vatican that we've ever had, Brian Birch.
Yep.
So just picture this, Terry. No cameras around, no social media, 4 sensible, common sense, faith-filled Americans in Jesus Christ in a room.
Yeah.
The Pope, J.D. Vance, Brian Birch.
Incredible.
President Trump.
Incredible.
Three of the 4 are Catholic Christians. Donald Trump's a Protestant Christian, but they all believe in Jesus Christ. All 4 of them want peace.
Yeah.
They want all the wars to stop.
Yeah.
That's going to be, Terry, that's going to be the issue that brings all 4 of them together in dialogue. The Pope wants the wars to end. Okay? The Uniparty, the Democrats, the industrial war complex, probably the United Nations, the globalists, they want wars to continue.
Of course they do.
There's big money in war.
Yep.
It's a big business. The Pope wants it to stop. He's the most powerful spiritual leader in the world. Who else wants all the wars to stop? The most powerful president in the world, Trump. Terry, that issue right there,
I agree, Jess. Good
is
insight.
going to make them collaborate and work with each other, much like, I could see this, much like Ronald Reagan and Pope John Paul II, because that's no small issue. Because if Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace, which he is, the Bible says, Isaiah 9:6, and the Pope knows it, the Pope, that's his boss,
Yep.
He wants to bring in peace in order to make the Prince of Peace, happy and do his bidding. Donald Trump also very openly speaks about Jesus. He also wants to bring peace into the world.
I got to believe he's going to be the guy that will take the Cardinal Zen and say, Cardinal Zen, I need to know what's going on in your country. Lay it out, what's happening, because I want to make decisions based on you're my eyes on the ground, rather than someone in Rome saying, well, I think that we could do this. If they give us a few dollars, we can make it, we can cut a deal. No, those days are gone, I hope, Jesse. I hope now we're going to be dealing with a straightforward, let's clean up three things I'd like to see continue. The Vatican has financial problems. They're I think it was like $4 trillion in debt for funding of things when people retire. They're funding of those things. So they're in trouble financially. I'm hoping that he is going to be, like it says, he's a great administrator, and put someone like a Cardinal Pell, who's gone to his eternal reward, to deal with the financial mishaps of the Catholic Church, to clean up that, and also to clean up, I'm going to be honest with you, Jesse, the homosexual network that's going on. We've got to knock it off. We just did an interview over the weekend with a young man who wanted to be a priest in L.A., and told us the problems in L.A. were 40, 50 years ago. They've got to be addressed. And what's the third one, Jess? Is make sure that bishops who are elected actually believe in the deposit of the faith, because the ones that are being put through right now, I have seen just total liberal, okay? They just haven't been faithful to the deposit of faith. And we need that to pass on the Catholic faith.
Yeah.
People who are going to give us the doctrine of the church, even when the world hates it. I want a pope that the world hates.